Retrobotics.
Hello and welcome to Retrobotics. It's been a while.
Yes, and we are delighted to show you our bookmarking of the 2024 Retrobotics Arcade.
Yeah, early 2025 now, but this is the last state of our arcade before we do a major reorganization. So we figured we would show it as it is to preserve that memory.
We kind of love having these time capsules, especially for us to just look forward and look back at like our old versions of our arcade, from the old house that we rented to now this house. And when we first moved in, we had our little workshop in here. But now there ain't no more room for a workshop since we have over 30 games, right?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
So let's take you guys on a tour of what it was at the end of 2024 for Retrobotics Arcade.
Huzzah! So, this is our first arcade room, and we're going to go through and show you our new games, and kind of skip past our old games. So, we've talked about TRON before. Still gorgeous though, but we have an even more gorgeous machine now next to it, Solar Fox. This is kind of like a weird game that we hadn't played until we went to, was it Troy's house? And he had one. And we were like, loved it. I don't know, it just really scratched an itch for us. It's kind of like, not really a maze, but you go through really quickly and try to...
It's like Pac-Man with guns.
Yeah, Pac-Man with guns, and you have the little spaceship, but the art is really also what really drew us to it. You can see the front marquee here is really gorgeous, but the side art has like a kick-ass astronaut woman and some cool little Sinistar. They also kind of look like Ripley, which is cute. But we love this addition to our collection, and we got really love
It's
how...
great shape.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And then moving on, you've seen our Joust before and our Robotron, but adding to our Williams row, we have Sinistar. And this Sinistar, wow, it is really in fantastic condition.
Mint. I almost thought it was fake when we picked it up, but it's real.
And it's hysterical because we got this right after we got Adam's Family, so we already spent the most amount of money in our lives.
It was the day after.
And then we're like driving back from Chicago, and Liam's like, so there's this Sinistar, and he's like, I don't even want to mention it because we just spent so much money, but I don't want to let it, slide by. So the next day he went back out and got this.
It was too good to pass up. The price was so low, but it's in amazing condition. It was dead when we got it, but
yeah,
it restored very nicely.
But I mean, it's super fun to play. We joke all the time, like
whenever I'm playing it, Sam can hear it across the house.
No, I know
screaming.
it's the game that I can distinguish the most across the house. And then we always, joke when we're hungry. We're like, I hunger. So it's a great game. And yeah, I don't know. It gets your blood pumping when Sinistar is after you. Also, it's pretty fast because you normally, I don't know. I can make it to the second level, and that's about it. So
it's a hard game.
Yeah, it's a hard game. And then I would say my favorite newest addition is Q-Bert. It's adorable. It's super fun. We played this for the first time at an arcade that we were just passing by, but their joysticks were incorrect, and they weren't oriented isometrically, diagonally, and so we hated it. We were like, who would play this game? Like, it was so hard to, with an up, down, left, right joystick to play Q-Bert. And then we played it another time somewhere else and realized we actually liked it, and now kind of obsessed with it. Still can practice more.
And this one's got the 10-in-1 kit, so it can play cubes too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like one of my favorite things. I find cubes really relaxing to play. But so yeah, being able to play both Q-Bert and Q-Bert cubes is great.
And we have another Q-Bert in the garage waiting to become a cubes.
No, I like cubes so much that I convinced Liam that we should, add another one. And they're very cute. They're very tiny, adorable cabinets. And then games you've seen before, but Space Invaders and our Centipede, which is still the only game I have the high score on for now. And then this gorgeous behemoth.
I have to batten out just to see it. It's so big.
I don't think so. You guys have seen this before, but on our official tour videos, I don't think we've covered it. But yeah, this 6-player X-Men is a huge bucket list item for our collection.
And even better, we got out of a comic book shop.
I know, we drove all the way to New York to get it. And yeah, I'm still so over the moon that we have this game. It's the best game to play when we have our arcade parties and our coworkers and friends come over. And we have 6 humans that we know we can play it all at once. And often we actually play all the way to the end, which is kind of funny because we didn't really do that on the 4-player as much. But I think the 6-player feels like an event. It's like,
everyone gather around. Do you want to play 6-player X-Men?
Yeah, they play different games, and then when the 6, once a night we'll say, let's play the 6-player. So yeah, this is super fun. And then we'll rotate here. We'll show you the pinball later, but this is kind of our 90s row for now, though we do a Galaga here, which took the space of our aliens that currently is being rehomed into a new, better cabinet by Liam. But Smash TV here you see before, but we have fixed it up since the last time, and now it also has total Carnage in it, which Liam likes. And then Galaga here is literally like our most requested game from random family and friends. They're like, oh, you have like 30 games, but you have Galaga, and for the longest time we kept being like, no, we don't, and it would be so awkward. And now we finally have one, so that people can visit our house and play it. But yeah, it's a very popular game. You and I also enjoy it, but we had to get it because it's a crowd pleaser. And then, yes, these two you guys have also seen, Gate of Doom and Mortal Kombat 2. Hopefully we'll upgrade Gate of Doom to a new cabinet at some point. Because,
Get rid of all these 25-inch cabs.
yeah, this is still our kind of least favorite cabinet. But for now, though, these are probably the last time you're going to see them here. We're hoping to do a reconfiguration soon, which is why we're doing this video. And hopefully the 90s will move out into the hallway. And then the last in this room is Space Duel. And this is one of Liam and my favorite games to play together. And it's a beautiful vector, and you can play simultaneously, and you can either cooperate or fight against each other, which is really fun. And cool thing that Liam just did is he made it free play. So if you see these beautiful little words, that's my husband learning how to code in really, really old assembly code and figuring out how to change the ROM code to make this happen. So
Yeah, finally, Cocktail Space Duel free play.
Exactly. So good job, Liam. And then now Liam's going to tell you about room number 2.
Sweet, let's go.
Start.
All right, so room number 2. Previously, in our last tour video, this was a workshop, and since then we've expanded a lot. This is an entire dedicated arcade room. So let's start with the familiar. We have Space Station. We've talked about this extensively, so I'm not going to cover it that much. Nothing's changed with it. But now we have another whole pinball. We have Adam's Family. This was a massive bucket list item, and this thing is in great shape. For those of you who remember that little bit of trivia, Sam and I, when we got married, we used an Adam's Family Translite as our wedding guest book. And we were all so psyched to get this Adam's Family machine. And it's in incredible shape. It's got a lot of the mods that we really like with it, such as the bookcase. The only one we don't have that I want to get is the little Fester sitting on the chair. But other than that, it's in just lovely condition, and we play it all the time. One of the best pinball machines ever. And we're so happy. It's the cornerstone of our collection. Firefox, people have seen before. Everybody knows that I am a huge Firefox aficionado. It's one of my favorite games. Super happy to have it. This one is new, Food Fight. If you've seen Charlie's video on this, we pulled this out of an abandoned house/arcade in West Virginia, and it has cleaned up immaculately. See, I loaded the free play ROMs on it, but it is in just such beautiful shape, and it's a really fun game. So, really happy to have it. This is the keeper. This is my reminder of that raid, our first ever real arcade raid. So super happy to participate in that.
I'm so glad you could clean it up, because otherwise it wouldn't be allowed in this arcade, because it was so gross.
It's in such great shape.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. You did a great job.
And we have our gauntlet. We've talked about this one before. Great dungeon crawler, D&D. Great for Halloween party. But now we have a vector row in this room. So we have a Battlezone. We actually got this for free. It was dead. Needed a lot of work, but it came back together nicely, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it, even though I'm not very good at it. And I do not hold the high score on this one in our arcade. A friend of mine does, and I have been completely unable to beat him, which is sad. But it is really fun. I love the little sound effect it does at the end of the game. So, really enjoy that one. Lunar Lander, we have restored. I don't know if it was in the last tour video, but it's in great shape now. Working, monitor rejuvenated. This is running an Asteroids PCB, but as I've discussed in a previous video, I modified it to work with the original Lunar Lander control panel we found in the junkyard and get it all working, so that's fun. Major Havoc, also a new addition since our last tour video. What haven't I said about Major Havoc in the past? This is another Grail game. I'd love to have a dedicated cabinet for it, but for now, this Space Duel cabinet is awesome. and we've got a original Major Havoc roller, which we've installed using a Take Command reproduction panel. So it is just lovely, and it looks great under the black light. I mean, that fluorescent green, perfect. This is amazing. Major Havoc, if you haven't played it, go on Main and give it a try, because it is something else. Truly a love letter to vector technology last of its time. We have our Asteroids Deluxe. We've covered this before too. We pulled this one out of an abandoned house also in West Virginia on Valentine's Day adventure. It is in great shape, plays well. I mean, it's just so beautiful to look at. We had the upright asteroids, but we turned it into Lunar Lander because nothing can compare to the blacklight art that is in Asteroids Deluxe. And finally, our Tempest, our very first game that we collected together, that is never going to leave. It's also in great shape. Finally got a bezel for it, cardboard bezel. That was missing when we got it. But honestly, just love all these vectors. They're my favorite thing. I want more vectors, need more vectors, love vectors. And we have more cocktails now. We have a whole cocktail room and still a row of cocktails. We've talked about this back before, but this Kix is new. Got this in a trade for fixing someone else's machine that gave me a dead Kix. Got it working. It was a bit of a weird issue with it with the RAM outputs, but it works now. Kix is a really weird game. Nothing else like it. It's sort of luck-based, but really fun. Has the most annoying sound effect in the world. Either you love it or hate it. It sounds like a dentist drill, but I think it's pretty fun. It's got a nice track to it. And finally, our Asteroids cocktail. We've had that for a while. It's our favorite thing at Bring Back Fest, which we'll be doing very shortly. And finally, we have our cocktail lounge.
Welcome to our cocktail lounge, now minus the actual cocktails. We took out our drink rack here so that we could build this beautiful bench to go behind all of our cocktails so that we had somewhere to sit and that we could fit more people because we realized our arcade is lacking seating. But the cocktails have moved into our bar area that hopefully we will make even cooler soon. And then we have Millipede here, which is now fully working, restored, gorgeous. It's a lot of fun to play because I love Centipede and I love Millipede even more. And then now also pretty new, we have Dig Dug. Liam was very happy to get this, and it's actually grown on me. I used to not like Dig Dug, but it's one of Liam's childhood favorites, so I'm glad that we have it. And also I think that cocktail is a very fun way to play it.
Yeah, I love that the artwork all matches on these.
I know, exactly. And then lastly we have our gorgeous Crystal Castles, which honestly is just, I don't know, I think it's the prettiest game in my opinion, especially the upright, which we don't have, but I think the art is just really cool. And yeah, I feel like I have a very common taste. It's like Crystal Castles, Hubert, Inferno, which you should see soon in our arcade. All of those have really cool isometric style art.
But not Zaxxon.
No. Why would you even put the taste of the word Zaxxon in my mouth? No, we don't like Zaxxon. We do have a Zaxxon sign in our arcade.
Somewhere. That
you got from Secret Santa one year, and that was funny. But yeah, that's our cocktail lounge as it stands today.
And that's all our games.
And all of our games, which is pretty crazy.
At least the ones that are in the arcade.
Yeah, we do have some really cool ones in our garage that Liam's been fixing up. But yeah, we're excited for even more games next year. Okay. Thanks for coming and watching our tour video.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked what we have put together. This has been a really nice space for us, and I can't wait to see how it evolves. We have future plans. We didn't show it in this video because it's an absolute disaster, but there is stuff going on in the workshop right now. We've got an Inferno that's almost ready to come in. We got an iRobot, another Cubert. It's going to be a Cubert Cubes. We've got a Konami cabinet. There's a Wizards of War in there too, and a whole bunch of other exciting, good stuff coming, including a secret project. We'll see how that goes. But we're really excited for what 2025 will bring and hoping our little reorganization effort will give us plenty of room for more acquisitions.
There's never enough.
See you next time.
See you next time. Like and subscribe to Retrobotics.